do a sneak giveaway at some point. Maybe not today, but at a later point. Maybe we could do it today. Huh. Maybe. I'll have a look into that, guys. Anyways, let's go into game number 1 of uThermal versus Solar. To the bottom right-hand side of our map, our yellow Zerg player from Splice is Solar. And in the upper left-hand side, the blue Terran player from Team Liquid, throwing a couple of SCVs across the map, is uThermal. So, uThermal doing what uThermal loves to do, and Solar scouting what uThermal loves to do. The 2 racks on the left-hand side of the map to apply some pressure in these early stages. And Solar, well, he's going to see it, but he's going to see it once the hatchery has already started to build. So, it's definitely still workable for uThermal. You can definitely still make this work out, although this is actually going to be more than 2 racks. It's going to be the 4 racks all in. So, obviously now Solar knows just how committed this is going to be. Can he pull drones in towards this? I think it's too late by the time he sees it right now. If you pull drones now, there's going to be a couple of Marines ready. And so you're just going to be losing mining time. And you can see Solar's just ready to build the gas in the pool right away. So uThermal knows that Solar sees this as well. This overload is safe. And it will be able to jump up to the high ground here. As uThermal throws out a sad face here. That's the first message of the game. So first Marine on the way out, and we will see the SCV moving forwards. He's not going to go for another barracks here, so he's not going to go for the 4th racks, as I was initially maybe saying. It's just going to be the 3 racks then. Maybe because it was scouted, he knows that maybe just going a little bit sooner is a little bit better. Maybe not committing to the 4th racks can allow him to do a little bit more quickly. You can see those few... few drones kind of pulling in and trying to fight away against this initial couple of SCVs. As the first bunkers will start to leapfrog forwards, and this first attack from uThermal is setting up towards the front. This first attack setting up towards the front. There's a few drones pulling on in still. The Marines do have to be a little bit cautious of what is going on right now, and we're just going to have these couple of SCVs. Still trying to try and target down one of those spank cores as well. Actually, the SCV is taking quite a little bit of the brunt of the damage so far, and this is going to be a target on some of these drones. Surely some of these drones are going to go down. Oh my god, he actually might get the overload, which would be huge as well. Another Marine shows up. Wow, Solar's just about able to push this all the way at the right sort of timing. If he lost that overload, that would have been really bad for him. He is going to take some damage on one of the spine cores, which obviously makes it easier for uThermal to push through that at a later point. He has got the bunker to fall back into, but it's only 1 bunker, and the double spine coming up obviously causes some issues there. Actually, will take some shots. The first spine crawler with higher health will start to move on forwards, and uThermal will just jump on that as the way in which he's going to deal damage for the next couple of moments. I don't think that spine crawler is actually in range, though. Now we're going to be seeing the Marines realizing that there's other spines moving forwards. He gets some damage onto that. uThermal's dancing around nicely so far to be able to get some damage done with all of this. And you're going to see that spine crawler now in range. The Lings as well. He's going to just die for one of these spine crawlers, which he does get the kill on, and that's huge because he has kept a good amount of the Marines alive as well. There's still 8 alive, and this SCV doesn't get targeted, so the second bunker comes up, and suddenly, with the second bunker up, we are going to see these Marines still looking pretty good here. The Ling counts continue to get damaged. The spine crawler is just out of range, but this hatchery is going down. This hatchery is not going to survive this. I mean, there's a transfuse, but is the transfuse even the right option at the moment? I mean, how much more time is it going to buy? Well, Solar's obviously going to dive on this in a moment or two. He's not going to transfuse it. I like that. I actually think it's better for him if he saves the transfuse with something like the spine crawler or so, when he might need it a little bit later on. We are just going to be seeing the Lings just gathering up on the ramp at the moment. Sling's gathering on the ramp, and we are just going to be seeing the couple of bunkers just going to be emptied of Marines now. I mean, this Marine count's kind of insane, right? Because it was triple barracks, so the Marine count rises very quickly. Oh, he doesn't quite get the spine, though, and that's a big loss as he turns back around. Now the spine on Burrows is going to try and run up the ramp. Oh, uThermal has to dive so hard to get it, though, so I just don't know if it's going to be worthwhile. Back at home, a gas was taken, so uThermal is getting ready to build his factory. He's still in control of this game at the front. Can he continue to break on through? An intense 2 racks play here in our very first TVZ of the day. Again, the winner of this side of the bracket plays either Nurture or Keen in the semi-finals. As we are just going to be seeing the spine crawler burrowing up in the high ground, and Zerglings continue to gather together a Queen as well. And again, the Marine count continue to rise. Now, Solar goes into a Rotoran. So, going into a Rotoran right now, we're going to see this barracks of uThermal continuing forwards as well. Looking to see just a little bit else of what's going on. And again, the factory coming up at home, and Well, I mean, initially he might just go straight towards Hellions because he doesn't see the Roach Roar, and he hasn't seen the Roaches at all just yet. But maybe now, with the one base feature, maybe just focus on getting up in towards a Starport and a Banshee. I mean, a Banshee keeps him so safe from pretty much everything. Because even against, like, Queen players, there's not going to be that many Queens, because there's only one hatchery to build Queens off of. If this Spine reaches this low ground, that would be amazing, but I think the reality is that a scan and a move forwards will be killing that there. You're just going to be seeing one of these bunkers just going to get hit by a corrosive valve. uThermal's still going to try and hold this position. A couple of Queens still just pushing the barracks back, and again, this has been a real kind of war of micro so far. Spine will come down, it will come into a position where it can poke away at that bunker. And obviously it's getting to that point where uThermal may have to think about really backing away now. A couple of barracks still just sat over to the left hand side. He'll salvage one bunker, his Hellion comes up as well. Obviously now he knows that the Roaches are out. I think he is just going to go straight in towards the Banshee, and he starts up his own command center. So uThermal will start his command center coming up. Spine Burrow's not quite in range of the bunker just yet, as the corrosive valve will be good enough to poke through this eventually. There's only one SCV here to repair, so by the time the corrosive valve's off cooldown, it isn't going to be fully repaired from the damage already taken. So this is going to be the bunker fallen, and uThermal's last stand at the front is going to get shut down. Nice kill on the SCV just to make sure of that. And that's going to be, oh, don't let him salvage it. Come on, no way. Terran's so broken, man. 75 minerals back. It's insane. Absolutely imbalanced. Well, we do see this Banshee is on the way up here from uThermal. A cloak is about halfway done. We do just see this overload of Solar is just sat up above the natural as the Cyclone locks on and starts to deal some damage. So you're just going to be seeing this overload taking some shots right here, and obviously if the Banshee's coming out, it's going to keep him very safe from the Roach, moving across the map to attack. Here we are, 7 minutes in game after the Proxy 2 reacts, and it looks as though everything is going to standardize for the most part. As you are going to see some more creep just pressing on forwards, the lair still coming up over in the main base, and we are going to be seeing the Spore Crawler continue to build in the main as well. Banshee coming in, just gets himself a ling or two to begin with. I mean, better than nothing. And as Cloak finishes, there's no detection on the low ground. Uh-oh, Queens, that's not good for you. Well, obviously he is running back to the spawn on the high ground base, so not really anything else to target other than the Queens, I suppose. And he does get one of the kills there. Mine moves away, so this Queen is in a little bit of trouble, because actually, how do you get a drone down to the low ground right now to build the next Spore Crawler? It's actually not easy. uThermal will realize he's not going to kill a hatchery here, but killing the Spine Crawler, I mean, that's a little bit of something extra. He could turn and fight this Queen. Obviously, he's about to finish. I think he wins the fight if he starts hitting the Queen already, and he is going to be able to take that Queen down. So the Banshee damage is looking good. 2 Queens down. There's only, I mean, there isn't a single Queen on the map right now. One being produced on the lair. I mean, that's just kind of repercussions from having lost this hatchery early. The Queen production has been slowed down massively in these early stages. As the second Banshee does show up, does start to work his way through this hatch. Well, there's the Spore Crawler coming along, but now he's not interested in the Spore Crawler because he realizes there's not much anti-air up. He can dive the main base, and he can get some more damage done here. He's going to be able to kill yet another Queen, and this Queen doesn't even get an inject off before it goes down. Drones started to pull away, but then pulled back because the Banshee can just sit in between and pick them off as well, and Solar's just completely fallen apart in the last few minutes of this game. I mean, obviously letting the free racks get so much done after the scout is always painful. You know, always, it does come down to micro battling, so you can't just completely blame Solar. You can't be like, oh, well, how do you not hold this? uThermal microed it well. He did a good job here and there. Solar definitely made a couple of mistakes, but, uThermal had good micro as well to get the most out of the free racks, and, now we're in this sort of position where he is letting a lot more being done. And so as this Banshee finds himself another Queen kill and another one, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Solar just tapped out soon. Because, yeah, I mean, what are you expecting to have happen when you're just losing drones after drones after drones like that, or Queens after Queens after... And show you just what is about to happen. To the bottom left-hand side, the blue Terran player from Team Liquid. This is uThermal. And in the upper right-hand side, the yellow Zerg player from Splice is Solar. If at first you do succeed, just do the same shit all over again, says uThermal. First barracks coming down, and the second one close to follow, the third SCV on the way across the map. And Solar, well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. He will try again, because right now this Overlord is coming right towards the scout path, and he will see this very early once more. So, we're in the exact same situation as we were in for game number 1. Will Solar be able to turn this around? and show us how to defend this time around. I mean, nothing really different so far. He gets the scout off. He sees 2 racks. No third rack seen by Solar. Now, that is a little bit of info that he will be missing out on, because there is a third racks down here for uThermal that he didn't see. And that is important, because with the 2 racks, the tech and the follow-up from uThermal comes in a lot faster. With the 3 racks, it's obviously much slower, and it does change the way that the game can get going. So, it is somewhat important, as the first few drones to come out are already actually hunting the first SCV quite nicely. First Marine going to pop out safely enough, though. This SCV back over to the left-hand side, hasn't come forward yet. Obviously for Solar, the more time he buys right now, the better it is for him. Saving up minerals to start up Lings, Queens, all the rest of it. Obviously wants a Spine Crawler 2 generally, maybe even a second one as well, same as the last game. As uThermal will just start by bunkering up the low ground, and then slowly pushing up to bunker in towards the main base, or well, not main base, but the natural expansion as well. SCV is so low, and he's just trying to bait drones into kind of a fight right now. He's almost like, yeah, come attack me. I want you to, you know, come at me, bruh. Well, Spine will take a little bit of damage here, and every little bit of damage you can get done right now as these Marines is amazing, because if this Spine goes a little bit low now, it's actually more likely you're going to be able to get it later. As that's a first cancel, and then a kill. uThermal gets a kill on the Spine Crawler. Now, Lings are coming in right away here. That bunk on the high ground should not be able to come up, and this time Solar does target that SCV much better. The other SCVs are in trouble. They're sectioned off to the side, but the Lings have gone down, and there's no Spine Crawler anymore, so these Marines are in control of the high ground, and they are going to be able to push on up here, and those drones behind this, they're going down. They haven't really minded at all, and now they fall. That's painful, and that is just straight up a GG. uThermal takes game number 2 and the series. The second